on Anish Kanjilal sir, Director of Educare Institute, Bangalore Avenue. Sir, it will be really wonderful, I think, listening to you. Thank you.
It is our pleasure and honor to have you, sir, here.
Am I audible? Okay.
Yes. You're comfortable, sir? How are you doing?
Nice, thank you.
He's the Director of Educare Institute of Bangalore Avenue. Sir, can you please enlighten us about your experience in this, your chosen field, and highlight your vital achievements which you have, I'm sure, your treasure trove of experience, so we are very keen to hear it, sir.
I have been an educator.
Yeah.
In fact, I have been an educator for the last 22 years.
Such a long
And
time.
we have been running this particular institution at Bangalore Avenue.
Right?
If you talk about success, and if you measure in terms of the parameter of marks, then of course we have done very well in the last 22 years. For 7 times we have topped India.
Marvelous.
Okay, we have been in the
Stupendous.
first 5, and for the last 3 years it has been a hat trick.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. And but if you ask me honestly,
Yes.
should these be the parameters to evaluate performance, quality?
Right.
I would say no.
Yes, of course.
According to me, the right way to cater education should be different.
Right.
For me, education has a different definition.
Right.
It's more about, you understanding that there is no glory in dulce et decorum est.
Correct.
For war is no glorious. We also need to understand that stereotype, conventional, orthodox, old way outs are not the right way to cater education.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
if you check the data, you'll figure out that our top university, that is Delhi University,
Correct.
it doesn't even rank within the first 350 universities in the world.
Yes. Yes.
And Delhi University's cutoff right now is 99%. They're conducting this entrance exam also for students, for they have no faith in the marks what is allotted by the councils.
Right.
So I think slowly board exams are losing importance.
Yes. Yes.
And the point is, even if we are creating a generation who would be becoming the working force tomorrow, I don't think they have that kind of ability to do it because they're not being trained properly.
Correct. Correct.
You see, whenever someone comes from the council, he talks about holistic education,
Right.
improvement, development,
Right.
and it only happens in the question paper.
Absolutely.
Once upon a time, my father probably was a part of a batch which scored approximately, how much? He might have scored around about 50%. And the passing percentage at that point of time maybe around about 30%.
Correct.
In my time it had been 56%.
Right.
Today's date it's 99.8%.
Right.
Does that show that Einstein had been unfair in comparison to the students of the present time?
Absolutely.
We are all trying, we especially I would target the schools.
Correct.
You may call me the Che Guevara in the field of education, but I will target the schools where I think there is a need of training, proper training for teachers.
Yes.
There is reading stuff,
Yes.
you should interview children, you should talk with guardians,
Correct.
there is reading stuff, and reading is not teaching.
Absolutely.
And today's
not.
mode of catering education has become Bengali and Hindi rather
Very
than
true,
English.
sir. Very true.
So they are struggling. If you refer to the average schools all around, they don't even know how to speak, they don't know how to read, they don't know how to write.
Yes.
And there is tremendous pressure of examination on them.
Of course.
But even guardians are happy because I think their motto or motive to send children to school is to have some free time.
Correct.
I have interviewed them.
Correct.
So, their thought is more exams, it is better for students.
Their exams.
Exactly.
So they
But
don't
where
need
these exams are leading to?
Right.
Compulsive education has no meaning,
Correct.
at least to me, and even students are losing interest in all these things. Think of the project work. when you think of the project work, this project is given just, the topic is given, not even discussed. The person doesn't even lecture on it. Student goes from Google, he downloads facts, copies and pastes. That is not even read and corrected.
True, very true.
It's incredible, isn't it? The other thing what we need to notice here, people are scoring 99%, 98%.
Yes,
People, I know students who don't even touch books and study, they are scoring 83 to 85%. If you give them to write an essay even on my family, they will fumble.
Right.
How that is happening?
Right.
Is it that these teachers in the council, they're trying to save their place? Because it's almost like making everyone happy.
Right.
With this kind of marks. But where these marks would lead to, will these marks give them jobs? I don't think so.
At the cost of, the children are getting
as an educator, I would definitely emphasize on skills and knowledge.
Absolutely.
That's not happening.
Absolutely.
That's not happening. Even when it comes to the field of choosing a stream.
Correct.
I think people have been on the wrong path. You need to cover up everything in order to understand something.
Right, understand.
If you are talking about the Manhattan Project,
right,
or if you are talking about the Ivy Mike project, I'm talking about these explosions, what happened. That means you need to refer to history.
Absolutely.
That means you need to know the physics.
Exactly.
And of course, what would be the impact of the radiation on people is biology, isn't it? And after that, to find out the resources to create this kind of destructive things, you need to chalk out the geography where you can find it out. Okay, and that brings geopolitics into play.
Totally.
Everything is interconnected,
and
this is not even taught.
Correct.
Not even taught. Our books also have a lot of limitations. I think we are still following trends which are pretty ancient and we need to change things up.
Absolutely, sir.
You think about the MCQs. Means this is almost like a Kaun Banega Crorepati thing. you give people to just score.
Yes.
Means on a day when you have your luck, you can score 20 out of 20. Even an average student. We need to think about these things and just imagine, even in the field of literature, when it comes to the color blue, my way of interpreting color blue will be definitely different from 50 other people interpreting the color blue. Then how could you have just one MCQ, which is the right answer for that question? I think from literature, especially in reference to literature, MCQ must be removed.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is mandatory and we need to train up people.
Everybody has entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, why Sweden is doing better, Scotland is doing better, Switzerland is doing better, because they have a very minimum population.
Absolutely.
Our major problem is the population. And we don't have quality faculty to teach. But at least when we are sending children to English medium school paying this kind of exorbitant fees, we are not sending them to listen to reading stuff. They're just reading constantly and then you have the exams. You have unit, you have surprise test, you have weekly test, half yearly, means throughout the year, it has become a package of exams and nothing else.
Of course.
I have been talking about this for the last 20 years.
Right.
And I have
given
been...
your
because now you need to understand this change coming up.
Right.
Bhopal, you have these international schools opening up. Bengaluru, we already had them.
Right.
Kodaikanal, we had these institutions. Now Harrow International School will be opening. I don't think if schools are not going to alter their methodology, things would be different. I will like to add one more thing.
Yes, sir.
With your kind permission.
Yes, please.
That is, I think the root problem here is because people who are in academics should not have been in academics. Let me explain this. When Dronacharya used to run a Gurukul system, we had the kings, we had the the Ekelans sponsoring them.
Yes.
But they were not into running the management of the Gurukul.
Right.
Right now we have all the business people getting into this.
Right.
So chopping out the best faculties, being a part of the premier interview process is not possible on their counterpart. I will definitely say we need educators in this field who will be running the system or chain of education, not businessmen, because for them it is just about building an infrastructure and just earning money, earning revenue. You think of the latest school, you have everything there except probably a discotheque or something. But what we are getting at the end of the day, nothing. I remember my school days, even 94 batch, I still remember. Julius Caesar was taught in this way. Someone would stand up, he is Brutus. Someone is Cassius. Someone is Caesar.
And
they would read and finish it up. At the end of the at the end of 10 years, I realized that Julius Caesar was a king of Rome. And there are distorted facts which are taught. Caesarion doesn't exist in history.
Absolutely.
Okay, Macbeth is the son of Duncan. All distorted, wrong facts being implemented and taught. This should be taught, stopped. I mean, these people who are teaching, into teaching, they should at least, study, enhance their knowledge. Every night I spend 5 hours approximately to upgrade myself. Either I'm studying Cold War or I'm studying something else. You need to upgrade yourself. Right, so this is what should be done according to me. These are the basic fundamental problems. I could have talked about my success today.
You didn't. You focused on the problem.
I just focused on the problems. Now you will be saying, then what about the solutions? I think the solution, the major solution is to bring the kingpins of education who are teaching in private. They are not teaching in schools. We can use technology at today's date to cater education through online process. Let the teacher be there in the school. But her role for the time being would be that of a monitor. She can learn from that teacher and after 2-3 years, she can actually utilize that lesson and cater it. So I think this way, honestly speaking. And I think writing also had gone down considerably. I don't actually measure people in terms of marks. I always look forward to my students who have done really well when it comes to writing, skills, analyzing, interpreting. This is not happening.
And preparing themselves for bigger questions because in life. Bigger challenges in life.
Recently, I tried out an experiment with a movie called Dinner for All. If you watch it, you will find out that it's a animation film. Everything in that film is a metaphor. I tried this with 300 students. Out of them, only 5% could manage to explain that 20% of that metaphor. That means we are lagging behind when it comes to analyzing things.
Absolutely.
Analysis is very important. Otherwise, if wherever you go, it's all about your aptitude test, your analytical power will be well tested, and definitely your writing skill. But that is not happening. As an author also, you may not be knowing that I have published 2 books. Means there are 2 published volumes of poetry. 11 Oracles and Fateless 13. And recently I have been even nominated by the British Council for contribution to the English language and literature. I had performed in Captain Quincy in French Council. I had even, my book would be going to the Frankfurt Book Fair, International Book Fair. And as an Indian, to be very proud, I have even been nominated.
We are proud to have you here.
Nominated for the London Poetry Prize. So, and recently in Kolkata Literary Carnival, my book was chosen and I was considered to be the best poet.
So you're trailblazer to so many people like us.
Even in February, I have been chosen to represent authors in a Delhi World Book Fair in the panel. So that's a great privilege. I will be able to address other people and build up network. I know I've taken a lot of time, but there are a lot of things I could have had.
It was our fortune to have you here, sir, and enlightened here. We are feeling now
that's
so
why I at the start said that
edifying ourselves every moment with your precious words.
Thank you. That's why at the start I said I may end up in the Che Guevara in the education system.
I'm a big fan of Che Guevara. Ernesto, I'm very big, huge fan of it, sir. And what you have said, it is just so synonymous to what Shamiji has said that feeding some information into your brain is not education, sir.
Exactly.
So you have just echoed his words. Thank you, sir. And your final take, sir. Your view on EDtalk and NEF. And of course, you said already the future of education institution and your role. You have already
these
said
kind
that.
of platforms
Yes.
definitely allow people like us and many other honorable people present here to express themselves, to reach out to the mass,
Correct.
and to cater them the right thing. I think in a world where we are straying slowly from what is righteous, this is much more needed, because otherwise, we would continue with the same old thing.
Right.
So I don't know whether I will be able to reach the mass, but I've tried on my own. And I think your voice would only be heard if you end up being bigger and have more achievements.
Absolutely.
So I don't know about the future, but I wish all the best to National Education Forum.
Right.
And ma'am standing there, Shreya, I will definitely name her. And she has been a wonderful woman guiding us throughout. And I would definitely spread this message to the rest whom I know, other educators. But bring in educators who are doing it at the base level, because the entire education system now doesn't happen to stand on school. It is on the people who are providing private education.
Right.
That's the main thing. They are the pillars. If they are gone, means you understand.
Yes.
So I will wish you all the best, and
it
thank
was
you for
absolutely
inviting
an
me.
honor. It was an absolute honor and pleasure to have you, sir. Thank you for gracing this occasion. And
If
thank
I
you for
have
being with
hurt
us.
anyone present here regarding whatever I said about school, I would definitely like to apologize, but I won't withdraw my words. My word is against the system, not people. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was such an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a great honor to have you
And
with
we
us.
learned so much.
And we have learned something.
Edifying us every moment, evolving, sir. Thank
I will
you.
just ask ma'am to do the honors.
Thank you for being an EDtalk speaker for today. And obviously, you are with the National Education Forum, right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.